Now coming to next microwave device, that is passive device, that is attenuator, right? Now you know the term attenuation, right? Now for the perfect matching, right, we have, see, microwave signal is getting transmitted through the waveguide. Now when ZL is not equals to Z0, the wave will get reflected, right? Now for the perfect matching, right, sometimes we require that particular microwave power in the waveguide, that should, whichever the microwave power that is getting reflected, that should be absorbed completely, right? Now for that particular purpose we will use the attenuator, right? Now consider this is your waveguide, right? Now through this waveguide, now consider this is your waveguide. Now through this waveguide I am transmitting some microwave signal. Now when ZL not equals to Z0, now what happened, this wave will get reflected, right? Now I want this reflected wave to get absorbed, right? Now for perfect matching, right, if this particular wave gets absorbed, you won't get any reflection. Whatever the wave that is reflected within the waveguide, that I want to that particular signal should get absorbed, right? Now at that particular case we will use the attenuator, right? We will use the attenuator in order to absorb the reflected signal in a waveguide, right? Now there only we will use the attenuator, right? Now for the perfect matching, sometimes we require the microwave power in the waveguide to be absorbed completely without any reflection, right? Now without any reflection, for this we make use of attenuator, right? Now this is your waveguide. I am transmitting some microwave signal. Now when ZL is not equals to Z0, if it is ZL equals to Z0, we won't, no need to make use of attenuator, right? Now in case if ZL not equals to Z0, what happens, wave will get reflected, right? Now I want that reflected wave to be absorbed completely, right? For that, in order to absorb that reflected wave, we will use the device that is nothing but your attenuator, right? And here you have two types of attenuator. One is fixed type attenuator and another one is variable type attenuator, right? And all this process is in the waveguide only. All this process is in the waveguide only. Now we have fixed type attenuator and we have variable attenuator. Now coming to fixed attenuator, now what it will do, it will the name itself indicates fixed, right? Now these are used for fixed amount of attenuation, right? Fixed amount of attenuation is to be provided, right? Now if such a fixed amount of attenuation absorbs all the energy, right? If, now see, attenuator is used in order to absorb the reflected signal, right? And we have two types of attenuators. One is fixed attenuator and another one is variable attenuator, right? Now this fixed attenuator is also called as waveguide terminator, right? Now this is called waveguide terminator when all the reflected energy is absorbed by that particular attenuator. At that particular case we call it as waveguide terminator. Now this contains a short section of waveguide, right? Now coming to its structure, this is the structure of your fixed attenuator. Now this is your waveguide through which you are transmitting the microwave signal. Now if you see this structure, now this is the extra particular what we call structure which is inserted inside the waveguide in order to absorb the reflected signal, right? Now this consists of this is also a waveguide, right? Now these are the dimensions of that particular waveguide that is inside the waveguide where you are transmitting the microwave signal, right? Now what it will do, see, this thus it will contain some absorbing material, right? It will contain some absorbing material. Now that material will absorb the reflected signal, right? Now this consists of a short section of a waveguide, nothing but a short section of a waveguide, and the which consists of a absorption material. That material is used to absorb the reflected signal, right? Now this is about your fixed attenuator, right? Now coming to variable attenuator. Now coming to variable attenuator, the name itself indicates variable, right? The name itself indicates variable. Now the variable attenuator, it provides sometimes it provides less attenuation, sometimes it provides more attenuation, minimum attenuation, less attenuation, or the minimum attenuation, more attenuation or the maximum attenuation, right? Now it provides a stepwise attenuation because for this particular variable attenuator it will contain a knob or bolt. Now if I rotate that knob, the attenuator values will vary from starting to higher or higher to lower depending on the rotation of that particular bolt, right? That's why it will provide continuous or the stepwise variable attenuation, right? Now if you are using a rectangular waveguide for the transmission of the signal, and if you want to observe the reflected energy, you have two different types of variable attenuators in order to observe that reflected energy. One is flap type attenuator. You can search in your Google, right? You can search in your Google. That structure I can't draw it on this particular paper. You can search in your Google. Either you can use flap type attenuator or you can use vane type attenuator, right? Vane type I have drawn it. I will show it now. Vane type attenuator. Now these two attenuators are used to absorb the reflected signal in your rectangular waveguide, and it will provide the stepwise or the continuous attenuation. Now if you are using a circular waveguide in order to transmit the signal and you want to observe the reflected energy, now we will use a variable attenuator used is rotary vane type attenuator, right? You can refer the structure in Google, right? Rotary vane type attenuator, right? Now if you see this, one of your variable attenuator for your rectangular waveguide transmission. Now this is your rectangular waveguide, you are transmitting the signal. Now if a signal gets reflected back, I want to observe that signal, right? Now using it contains a bolt. If I rotate that bolt, you will get a stepwise or the continuous attenuation depending on anti-clockwise direction or clockwise direction, right? Now this is the structure. If this particular now this is a movable vane, it will move towards this or it will fix that particular position, right? Now this is the structure. If it is exactly at center, that provides the maximum attenuation. If this particular movable vane is nearer to that particular waveguide structure, that is minimum attenuation, right? Now this is about your vane type, and another flap type and rotary vane type, right? Now let me briefly explain. Now the attenuator, right? Now attenuation, you know the term attenuation, right? Now when I am transmitting a signal through a waveguide, right? Through a waveguide, either it may be rectangular waveguide or the circular waveguide. Now when I am transmitting a microwave signal, now that wave will get reflected. When reflections will occur when load impedance not equals to source impedance. Now I want to, for the perfect matching, now I want to, what I have to do, I shouldn't get any reflection, right? That means I want to observe that reflected signal, right? Now that can be done by a device called as attenuator. Now attenuator will absorb the reflected signal, right? Attenuator will absorb the reflected signal in a waveguide for perfect matching, right? Now here you have two different types of attenuator. One is fixed attenuator and another one is variable attenuator. Now the fixed attenuator will provide fixed amount of attenuation, and the variable attenuator will provide continuous or stepwise attenuation. That variable attenuator contains a bolt. Now if I rotate that bolt, either you will get a continuous or the stepwise attenuation, right? Now coming to fixed attenuation, now this is normally used in the waveguide. It is also called as waveguide attenuator, right? Now in a particular waveguide, you will insert a waveguide. Now this is the structure of this fixed attenuator. Now you are transmitting a waveguide through this rectangular waveguide, and you are getting some reflections because of impedance mismatch, that is ZL not equals to Z0. Now I want perfect matching, right? Now for the perfect matching, I have to observe that reflection, right? Now this is the extra waveguide that is inserted into this particular waveguide through which you are transmitting the microwave signal. Now this particular waveguide contains the absorbing material. Now that material will absorb the reflected signal, right? Now this fixed attenuator will provide fixed amount of attenuation. Now coming to variable attenuator, now it will provide variable attenuation, that is continuous or the stepwise attenuation. Now if you want to observe the reflections in the rectangular waveguide, either you can use flap type attenuator or vane type attenuator. Now if you want to observe the reflections in the circular waveguide, you have to use rotary vane type attenuator. Structures you can refer in your Google, right? Now I have drawn one type of attenuator, that is vane type attenuator, in your rectangular waveguide. Now this is your rectangular waveguide through which you are transmitting the microwave signal. Now when ZL not equals to Z0, what happens? You will get reflections, right? Now we have to observe that reflections for perfect match, right? Now we have to rotate this bolt. You have a bolt, right? You have to rotate this bolt in order to get a continuous or the stepwise attenuation. Now this, when this is exactly at center, which shows the maximum attenuation, when this is towards the waveguide, that shows the minimum attenuation. This is also same for flap type structure, you can refer. This is also same for flap type, and rotary is also same, right? Now this is about the another device that is used to observe the reflections, right, in order to get a perfect matching, right? Now this is about the attenuators. You'll have a fixed attenuator and variable attenuator, right? Thank you.